All right, hey guys. So it's the Saturday before the Super Bowl, and we're having a Super Bowl party tomorrow. And I thought this would be a good chance to compare two full stack front end AI coding tools, Bolt and Lovable. So, what we're going to do is build a Super Bowl Squares app. And I'm going to build it in both Bolt and in Lovable. I'm going to set a time limit here of about 10 minutes, and we'll see how far we can get with each one of these. And then kind of quickly talk through some pros, cons, and decide which one's the winner, which one I am going to go with. All right, so let's get started. First of all, let's pull up Super Whisper. And this is Bolt. They're very similar tools. I'm just going to kick this off and see where we get. I want to build a Super Bowl Squares app for the Super Bowl tomorrow between the Eagles and the Chiefs. All right, and let's just kick that off. Okay, and actually this is a workflow I use quite a bit, which is I go back and forth between these two tools, and whichever one comes up on top, I use it. The other one I just toss. Let's build a Super Bowl Squares app for the Super Bowl tomorrow between the Chiefs and the Eagles. All right, and let's kick it off. Okay, so I'm not an expert in either one of these tools. I use them occasionally. So I'm kind of learning and just trying this out, but I'm just on the free plan with both of these. So I'm kind of, if you guys haven't used these before, this is a good kind of real world test of how we're going. And oh, here we go. Okay, this is pretty cool. So we enter the name in there. We have, what is up with these little squares? Empty squares show a grid. Let me just read through what this says. Okay. This looks okay, but let's make this work better. Let's set it up so that we have the ability to add a handful of names, and every time we add a name, let's randomize it and just add that person's initials, or at least the first letter of their name, in a little circle on any of these squares that are assigned to them. All right, so actually my guests are coming a little bit late, and so we're gonna try this out. Let's see if the other one. So we'll let that go. Okay, well this looks good. So you can just click in here, enter your name. That's pretty. This is pretty decent. And I like how they have the scoreboard here. So far, Lovable, I think, is actually a little bit ahead. Now let's do this. Let's add the ability to enter a series of names, and every time I enter a name, it's going to randomly assign a letter and a circle that represents that name for the squares. All right, well, that wasn't great, but let's go ahead and kick that off, and let's switch back, and here we go. Okay, so to use the update, enter the person. Okay, so let's do this. Kevin. Okay. Make it so that when I hit enter in the participant name box, it will automatically add it. Okay, we'll kick that off just so it goes. Okay, so I'm going to add this. Okay, there we go. And then we got this little button, add a square. Okay, well, that's okay. That's not bad. And then let's add this. Actually, I have a button instead of just adding individual squares. It should be add to all squares. And basically, however many number of people there are, divide the squares by that number and have it. So for the default case, there will be 100. And so if there's one person, add their name to 100. If there's two people, add it to 50, and randomize it so that all the squares are filled at all times. So, think about this. If I handed this off to a person, would they be able to do that? Maybe it's kind of complicated, so it's not the best prompt, but that's okay. Okay, so we got a name here. Let's do Kevin. Yep, I can enter that, randomly assigned. Okay, but still same thing. Actually, what I want to do is when I hit enter, I want it to randomly assign my name to any open square on the board. So if you have one person, it should assign it to 100 names. If there are two, it should assign it to 50-50 split across those people, and so on. Okay, so we got that going there. All right, time check here. I think we're doing pretty good. Okay, so we had to enter key support. We got all these things here. This looks better. Okay, this is good. I like this little icon. Okay, let's see what we got here. So Kevin, I hit enter. There we go. But it didn't add it to any of my squares. Why didn't we get that? Let's try another one. Let's just say we've got a dude named Dave who's coming. Why does Dave have 100 squares? No, this isn't working. Okay. My prompt wasn't great there, so I'm kind of okay. Let's try this again. Did we get this? Just squares evenly? Okay, let's try this. Boom. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, and then let's see, Dave. You getting some squares here, buddy? Oh no, no more squares available. Okay. When I add a new person, I want it to even redistribute all of the squares between my original person and the next person. And so if I have a first person named Kevin, they get 100. And then when I enter a new person named Dave, Dave gets 50 and Kevin gets 50. Okay, so maybe that explains it a little bit more. Again, this is like a pretty unclear thing. Okay, so Kevin and Dave, we lost the ability to add. Okay. And we can't click anymore. Okay. That didn't seem to work. Now there's no button at all, and the people don't have any squares available, and it's just not working. What I want is when I add Kevin, I want Kevin to show up on 100 squares. And when I add Dave, I want to redistribute and randomly assign Kevin to 50 and Dave to 50. And so on until all the squares are assigned. Depending on the number of people, everybody has an even number of squares. All right. There we go. Okay. So we got back here. Did we ever hit enter on here? Okay, that's fine. Oh, yeah, we did. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's see here. All right, we're going to try it out. See who can get it first. There's Kevin. That looks good. And then Dave. There we go. Okay, this is perfect. Okay. And then if we had Bill... Dave, Bill. Okay, cool. Okay, now let's see how this works when. Okay, we're gonna add in Julie. Julie's got some things. This is actually pretty good. So let's say it is. Let's say let's get rid of that. I don't know why that. Well, let's use this number picker. That's fine. We'll say it's 7. 49ers, come on. What are we doing here? Negative numbers, that's no good, but that's okay. Let's just say 13 to 7. Okay, so let's do a few things here. First, change the team so it's the Chiefs versus the Eagles, and make sure you use team colors for that. Also, for the numbers across the top and the bottom, randomize those so they're not just 0 through 9. They should be random. And on the vertical numbers, those should be green to represent the Eagles, and the ones across the top should be red for the Chiefs colors, just to kind of make it look better. Also, the individual squares look kind of silly. Instead of the full name, just use the first initial of the name and put it in a nice circle. And then when the scores are entered, I want to highlight the square for the person who won. And let's use colors for that. So the quarter 1 is going to be green, quarter 2 is going to be purple, and so on. And so, for example, if the quarter 2 score is 7-0, then the score at 7-0 should have a purple outline on it. All right, so that looks good. We'll see what we can get there. Okay, so far we're ahead. Okay, let's see. Bolts. Let's say Kevin. There we go. I like the K. Okay, let's see if we can get Dave. There we go. Okay, that's much better. Okay, this is good. This is good. Winners. Okay, so the score. Let's see here. Why is it lighting up all of those? It doesn't seem to know. Quarter 1, Dave. No. Okay, so. Okay, the names look great. Now we need to fix the scoring. Instead of having a single score and every time I enter it, then we mark off Q1, Q2, have the scores split apart by a box for Eagles and Chiefs for quarter 1, Eagles and Chiefs for quarter 2, quarter 3, and then quarter 4. I like how they highlighted the winner, so continue to do that. Also, the numbers across the top are not aligned properly with the columns, so make sure that those all line up. Right now, the numbers across the top are too narrow. All right, so again, we got that going. Okay, so we got this. This is going here. Oh, I see what we're doing. We're doing quarter by quarter. Okay, well, that's not a terrible way to do it. Okay, this is good. Ooh, I like how they got the Eagles green. Do we have the right? I don't remember if it's LV. I don't know. I should know that. Chiefs versus Eagles. Okay, so we got this here. Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay, so let's do this. We got Kevin. Oh, I like those colors. That looks good. Bill, John, and Tan. Let's say we got a buddy named Tan. Okay. Okay, so let's do the scores here again. Let's say it's 14. Okay, those numbers are better here. 14 to 7. Ooh, I like how it did that. Okay, so let's see. What do we got here? So 14 to 7. Let's see here. Okay, yep, this is good. Okay, this is looking good. This is looking good. Okay, I like it. And then we got 0, 0, 0 for Q1. Notice how it caught Q1. I really like that. Okay, and then let's say we get 21 here to, let's make this, let's say the Eagles had a huge quarter. Okay, there we go. Do we get that? Yep. And then, oh, this is so good. Okay, this is great. I don't know if I'm going to keep going here. This is actually exactly what I want. I'll probably use this for my party tomorrow. This looks cool. This is really cool. I'm a huge fan of, this worked great. Let's just do one quick thing that I think would be nicer is for each of the squares with the circles with the initials, and can you make it so that each of these is a different color? We want to support up to 10 people. So choose 10 colors that are slightly different from each other. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just use different colors so it's easier to tell them apart. Also, have a feature so that if two people have a name that starts with the same letter, go ahead and put the second letter of the name and keep going until you have a completely unique name. If the two names are exactly the same, that's fine. Just use the first initial. Okay, covering some corner cases here. Again, this is probably the one I'm going to use. Oh, I hit my free limit. Okay, well, that's good enough. I think I'm going to, this is worth publishing just as is. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Anyone can do this. You guys can check this out. You guys can use this. You guys use this for your Super Bowl party. This is great. Okay, and then let's check out Bolt. So, Bolt's like, doesn't look quite as good. Is it going to get me there? Yeah, that looks good. Dave, Billy, Jan. Okay, and then let's see if we actually get this here. So let's say it is 7 to, we never got these 7 to 3 here. Did we actually get it? Okay, yeah. Is that 3? It looks like it's not even the right thing. Okay, so this is good. For this round, we have our winner here with Lovable. Again, not saying Bolt's a bad tool. Bolt's a great tool. I find this is actually really, it's great to use a couple of different tools like this. If I'm doing like a real kind of front end thing, it's great for kind of mocking ups and prototyping some stuff. If you're just kind of, messing around. I try V0 too. V0 is great. There's a couple other tools out there, but we're going to stop here. If you guys want to, squares for Supreme Bowl, Lovable.app. You guys can check this out. Use this for your Super Bowl, and go ahead and make your own. And if you guys like this video, go ahead and subscribe. Been thrilled. You guys are awesome. Been getting a bunch of subscribers. I'm going to keep doing all these videos. Have lots more, kind of more on the production side coming up this week around design. But for now, this is kind of a fun one. Hope you guys like it, and I will see you later this week.